Well, hello and welcome, footy fans. Welcome to Sports Engine Play, your coverage of USL League 2 here live from Maryland Soccerplex. This is your Bethesda SC hosting Virginia Beach United on a beautiful early June eve. I'm joined by the one and only great Bruce Murray. Bruce, welcome. What are your expectations for today's match?
Well, I think you're going to see a Bethesda team that's going to want to get back at what happened in the midweek. Talking to Pierre before the game, Coach Pierre was just telling me that they didn't really come out to play. They, the long trip down there, and it just was something that they need to work on, the professionalism aspect of it. He also made mention that they're going to be really looking to get the ball into feet all over the field because they don't feel like they can have a breakaway threat up top. And that's the other way to play the game. It's so easy now for teams to dump it and have speedsters up top, but everyone else has a counter to that, which is a really smart and fast defender. So, it looks like Bethesda's going to come out. There's the spirit in the locker room when I saw the players was great, and again. No, I don't know if you're going to see a better field in the World Cup than the one that we're looking at right now.
Yeah, well said. It's truly a blessing to be able to cover a match in this country where there aren't a million different types of lines, not to mention it's, well-manicured grass, not turf. I think that I'm not going to get used to it, at least maybe give it a few more weeks. But real pleasure. It looks like your Bethesda will play left to right, wearing their all-blue kits with white trim. Of course, Virginia Beach United will play right to left, wearing their red tops and dark bottoms. This is a Virginia Beach United side that has had a lot of success this season. They're currently sitting second on the points per game metric. I think Hill City right now is top of the points per game, whereas Lionsbridge is top of the table. But certainly Virginia Beach have had a strong start to the season.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult opponent, but being the first time that Bethesda's going through this whole schedule, it's a learning lesson every week. But you want to learn, but you also want to get points while you're learning. Learning without points at this level is not fun. It's not a way to sustain. It's not sustainable. So this is a foray into professional soccer. This is semi-pro soccer. And, these guys are in it to win it. And they're here because they want to be professional players.
Yeah, absolutely. That's well said. It's a situation where you have a team, you want to get everyone playing, but you got to win right away. And I think Bethesda coaching staff have balanced that pretty well in their adjustment from week 1 to 2. We are underway. Interesting start. But Bustamante sent it forward right off the rip.
And that's what they do now. Watch your Germany game today against the United States. Every kickoff now, the team that kicks it off will fire it into the defensive by the 18-yard box. It goes out for a throw-in, and then they start in the press. So Bethesda obviously copying the German-U.S. tactics today.
This is sent down the line. Immediately, Bethesda challenged. It's a late challenge, and he's a really dangerous set piece inside Bethesda's territory. Dale will send it back around the line. Looks like Virginia Beach will show patience here early and try to get everyone their touches on this slick turf.
And the tireless running of Sam Delgado up top has to be pointed out. He's made about 10 runs back and forth in the first 30 seconds of this game. And, I don't know where you get that kind of energy from. I really don't.
We'll see if he can maintain that as Virginia Beach United send it out wide. Perhaps that's exactly why they want to keep this on the ground. That's a poor, costly turnover, but no harm, no foul. Beach United able to send one over the top, and Gianluca Conte able to read that one at the top of his 18.
Yeah, Max Nelson doing a really good job playing center field back there, almost like a disguised sweeper, and getting that ball safely into the hands of the goalkeeper.
It's our first time seeing Conte, at least at a home match. We've seen Keeler. We have seen V as well, but now Gianluca Conte getting his start.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for the the coaching staff to get all these players. You got to see them in the game. I mean, you can see them in training all you want, but they're going to have to get them in there. And so every for the first 7 or 8 weeks, you're going to see a varied roster and players everywhere. So we'll see.
Big ball up top. Looks like Bethesda haven't gotten a chance to apply that approach that we spoke on beforehand. Here is a more promising attack. Well sniffed out in the middle by Jack Lewis. And this is sent over the top. Beautiful touch forward. Is there a square ball? It's well defended, but what a run here from Virginia Beach United and Michael Wayland. Last-ditch challenge.
And Wayland made what a fantastic run. Cut inside. Got his body in front of the Bethesda defender. But what Bethesda did well that they didn't quite do in the first game when I was calling the game was they had a second and a third defender over there. So they had 2 other defenders, and it was a great job, all 3 of them blocking the shot.
There's the delivery. It's whipped into a central area, but Conte had that read the whole time and will collect without much consternation. Sent on the ground down the line.
Conte is the local man from Mount St. Mary's.
Big shoes to fill because both goalkeepers have really performed in the matches, at least as far as we've seen. But certainly he's on the roster for a reason and has already gotten some good touches. As a goalkeeper, it's great to get some easy softball touches right off the rib. This one's sent down the line by Aiden Cass. There's the shot. It's parried away. Great defending and well saved by Conte. I think that was a crucial no tackle in there. Bethesda did well to pull out. Easily could have been looking at a penalty kick.
No doubt about it. But, going back to your comment about the goalkeeping, and, people say, oh, well, how can you say that? Keeler, gave up 6 goals. But let me tell you something. He took 4 more off the board. I can promise you that. That was a good goal. There wasn't anything he did wrong. Let's put it that way, because he made some big saves as well.
Yeah, absolutely. This is directed by captain Luis Edmondson, who's been the vocal presence down there directing the attack for Virginia Beach United. This time, I'll send one right back across. And this will spring Bethesda forward as they try to break out from their own area. And now Bennett Galinder will get his first touches of the match. Big ball over the top.
And this is how you win the possession battle, because when you get the ball and it ends up on the other side of the field, if you can squeeze your team up, you will continue to create chances, make chances out of turning the ball over on the other side of the field. It takes so much in soccer for you to come up with a play, get it all the way down the field till they're going to score a goal. But if you can do it on a short field, that's what you need. You need to find short fields, and the only way to do that is to pressure the ball.
Absolutely, and pressure Bethesda they've forced it all the way back to the feet of Edmondson again, and it's also an important thing to know when to pull that pressure back as you see Bethesda retreating. And now a service across the top of the 6. Second ball falls kindly for Burks. Burks looking for an outlet, and he will go back in order to go forward. This is Cass. Lovely little give and go as Virginia Beach right now are prodding for any kind of weakness. And they'll keep possession as they send it out wide. Beautiful delivery in. Wayland sends it forward, and it's heroic defending. It looks like it is going to go over the end line for a goal kick to come. Quick look back on the replay.
There's a great ball in. It's got some great swerve on it, and then headed back to the back post. But great emergency defending. The Bethesda player realizing the situation and just getting himself a body on another body, and the ball going out for a goal kick. Excellent play by Bethesda.
Absolutely. Conte will smash this across the midfield, and it's well won by Edmondson. Second ball falling kindly for Bethesda. Thistle tried to find the outside. In the end, just the consolation prize for Bethesda throw on that far touchline. Early on, we haven't seen either side the clear favorites. Bethesda finding their feet and now bringing the ball to ground. Conte will keep this short as Bethesda look to build out. It's a big ball over the top in the direction of McVie. But Bennett Glynner off his line and alert to make the intervention.
Yeah, Glenn doing a great job. McVie, though, great run on the outside. It was a great ball over the top. And, you know, a foot here, a foot there, and that's a dangerous situation.
Absolutely. Beach United in a dangerous situation. They sent it out, but it almost turned into another counterattacking opportunity. Here is a throw down the line for Beach United. And it looks like Bethesda have a man advantage there in the midfield. This is Buenze turning it over, and now a chance to spring numbers forward. Burks will take one on. It's sent wide, but that was a warning shot across the bow. Burks did find a path to goal. We'll take a look back on this replay.
Yeah, Burks just lined up. He had an opportunity, cut it inside, and what he had to do is he was looking to bend it on that back post, and what he did was he hit it at the post and bent it in, and it kind of you gotta get way outside the post on those when you're cutting in on bent shots like that.
Absolutely, this one's sent forward, and a couple players tripping over. In the end, it does go Bethesda's way. Buenze drawing the foul, and a bit of breathing room for Bethesda.
You have to say Virginia Beach is slowly getting into this game through the counter.
They will play Nelson, who wants to keep this on the ground, but Virginia Beach United are there, and it will force just an errant clearance out. Throw for United right at midfield, and here we go again. This one's sent down the line, and it's well cut out by Brian Ramos Sanchez, but not effectively cleared, and now Bethesda will have to continue to defend as Virginia Beach United bring this one back to the near side. Edmondson, that big left foot, will put it across, trying to skip one line of attack, and misses everybody. Good patient approach from this Virginia Beach side. They'll send it all the way across. Here's the pressure from Thistle, and that's exactly what Bethesda need right now. It's just something to shake things up and take Virginia Beach United off their game. Here's a big ball over the top. It's Marshall back, and it will take a final touch off of Perks. No. It looks like it's given as a corner kick. Bethesda certainly thought that it did touch Perks on its way through. We'll take another look back on this one.
I have no doubt. For sure, last touch was Perks. Yeah.
He sold it well enough.
I guess so. You know, you got to know how to work the referee, I guess. That's how it works in this game.
Indeed.
At the high levels.
This is sent in, and Conte will punch. Only partially cleared. Second bite at the apple here for Virginia Beach United. And there's the goal right in front. Virginia Beach United, they've been knocking at the door, and after a messy clearance from the set piece, they will find the back of the net.
Yeah, and Bethesda have got to do a better job of clearing the ball. They had plenty of opportunity to get that ball over the bleachers on the far side into the parking lot, hit somebody's car. Who cares, right? You need to get that ball out of there. It's it's emergency situation there, and it just hung around, and it's going to bounce, hit a couple people in the shins, and bang, it comes back out. You have to get rid of that ball, and it has to be something that is just of the utmost importance, because playing all this good soccer and working hard and chasing and pressing doesn't do anything when you just give up a bad goal. That was a goal out of nothing.
Finley O'Brien is your goal scorer for Virginia Beach United. And it looks like United will have another look downfield. Wilfred Bustamante tracking it. Oh, huge save there from Conte. And Bethesda better be careful. They're very much at risk of conceding a second in as many minutes.
They really are. Conte made a heck of a save. It was a kick save. He was on his back.
Point-blank range. This is sent down the line by Cass.
And Virginia Beach, Noah, they have turned it up here about 60 degrees on the thermometer. I mean, they are going after it, and they're doing exactly what a good team will do. They're saying, we got one goal. We're going to just really go for the second one right now. Go for the jugular, and that's what they're doing. And Bethesda has to be ready for that.
Bethesda will look into the midfield. It's not a connection initially, but second ball falls kindly. And now an opportunity to get some touches on the ground.
Yeah, Bethesda's got to get on the ball, get some possession, and get some meaningful possession.
This one's through the middle. There is a challenge from Buensense, and that is going to be enough for a set piece for United. Immediately sent in for Cass. And now Perks will drive into the 18. He's got Cass there in support. Cass with the delivery. Conte will claim this without much trouble. But you can't give Virginia Beach United too many of these chances. Certainly will want to establish some possession of their own on the turf.
And Perks had the ball there out wide, and Virginia Beach did something really smart. They didn't – I'll come back to that point.
Yeah, this is into United territory. Thistle taking good care with the ball, and there's the return pass. Thistle sends it in. Delgado looking for a strike. He did get the shot off, but couldn't quite find the target. But it's much more positive from Bethesda.
Yeah, for sure. At this point, Bethesda has to. Now you've got them pinned in here. Now is your press. Go ahead. See if you can turn the ball over here. See if you can win the ball in this side of the field.
This time United will look to play short. They've got players on the outside. Wayland will send it right back in. And here comes Perks. Look at that overlapping run from Cass. From defense to attack that quickly. Now Perks again. And this time Bethesda did well to get bodies back in. And then they'll show patience in moving this one around. No real urgency now that they've got that goal. Certainly possession almost as valuable as a goal in this stage.
But Bethesda has to do a better job. When they have you pinned back like that, they've got to finish the job, get something out of it.
Down the line it goes. Lewis will wait and try to open up some space. Oh. Big diagonal ball across. Well defended initially. This is going to be a set piece in the midfield that will give Bethesda at least a little bit of a breather and an opportunity to get forward.
A little bit of breathing room. That's a great point. But again, if Bethesda does get the ball and get some type of chance out here, when it comes back the other way, Bethesda cannot let it cross the midfield line. They have to press the ball to get back into this game. They have to make sure they play all their defense right now in the defensive side, Virginia Beach.
Edmondson looking to the midfield, and he will find a connection upfield. Oh, look at that little back heel. Clever to find Trey Barrett.
Yeah, cheeky pass.
Now Perks again, creating that width. He'll cut inside for returning it back. There's nifty footwork. It's off of the uprights, and Bethesda can thank their lucky stars. That was very close to 2-0.
That was incredible play, beating 2-3 players, cutting back inside. I'm not sure the number, just a double. Yeah, the footwork on the defenders for Bethesda had to be a lot better than that. But that's okay. You learn from this stuff because, you know, the only way to learn how to deal with guys that can really take you one-on-one is just getting reps. And, you know.
That was Bustamante with the nifty footwork to cut in and find the outside of the upright. But now Bethesda in the midfield, immediately dispossessed. It's Wilfer Bustamante again, able to get it off and establish possession for United.
Yeah, and it looks like Noah Bustamante's got a free roll because now we see him in the middle of the field. We've seen him out wide on the right, and now we've seen him out wide on the left. So it looks like he's that, I don't know what you want to call it, you know, for the fans out there, the Pulisic type player, right? He's going to be kind of floating around. He's your 10.
United looking for the right pass, but they really don't have to be urgent with it. They have already got their goal. Harry Dale directing traffic back there, and he'll get it back. Big ball upfield in the direction of Trey Barrett. Doesn't quite connect. And now Conte will look for the big ball. Ooh, that's a late challenge. The advantage is played. Bethesda do have an overlapping run here on the near side. This is Connor Shea. It looks like...
Yeah, Delgado just a little heavy on the pass onto Connor Shea. Otherwise, that would have been a good opportunity. But that's positive, seeing a positive sign.
No doubt. Bethesda, of course, now they'll be thinking, what if we had that foul in the midfield? But you can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it
of course not. No, you'll take what you got. But now I want to see if Bethesda can really dial it up on the other side of the field, or can they win the ball and create a short field and an opportunity? Because so far Bethesda's allowed Virginia Beach to get out way too easily, and that's got to be addressed at halftime, which I'm sure it will be.
No doubt. This is Lindner directing from the back, and he will keep it on the ground now. Wayland switching the play. Beautiful connection. Perks to the outside. Aiden Cass got the shot off. Didn't really have the venom to really beat Luke Kanta.
Well, he had the opportunity, but he didn't believe in the shot. You know, he just said, you know, let me get this on target. And it was quite a comfortable save for Conti at the end.
Got to respect Bethesda, even though they haven't had the most success playing from the back. They haven't given up, and they're trying to find their rhythm in playing out from the back, despite this pressure from United. McVie will give it back down the line, and it's immediately jumped by Cass.
Yeah, you can see in Noah the effort each team puts into the defensive press. And Virginia Beach is 100% more into the effort they're putting into it, and Bethesda's just kind of trying to figure it out. They've got to do a better job.
This is taken down well by Edmondson, and that is an every moment. Edmondson had to stick a foot in, got it right.
And he's a really, it's really often you don't say this about a center back, but Edmondson's a very elegant player. He's got great feet. He's a big guy, but the way he works with the ball, very elegant back there.
Will be a throw here on the near side for Bethesda. McVie wanted to send it in. And the final pass doesn't find any takers. Potential counterattacking opportunity. This is well won by Delgado. Stuck himself in there and has won the foul. And certainly,
I think Pazenze got really. It was a pretty big foul. It's up to the referee to give a card or not, but I think he's just going to give a warning. Next one will probably be a card there.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Have that conversation first. Once you give the first card, then, of course, you may feel more compelled to give more cards of the same nature.
And Bethesda needs to get on the ball. Bethesda needs to operate through him, through the middle. He hasn't been on the ball whatsoever, and that's going to be a big factor. You got to get him on the ball, because when he's on the ball, he connects both sides. He connects the guys up top.
Busenze will deliver. Skips through everyone. Did it take a touch? Yes, it did. Corner kick to come.
And Busenze played at NC State, which, going way back when I used to play at Clemson, there's a lot. The ACC has never really fallen off in terms of talent.
There's a delivery to the backside. It was touched, but Bethesda couldn't quite get the head over top of it. Goal kick to come for United.
So this is the big thing here. Can Bethesda start winning the ball in this half of the field? It's been so easy for Virginia Beach to get out, and that has to change.
Yeah, you contrast just how difficult it's been for Bethesda to get out, whereas it seems like it's not even a thought for United.
Oh, that's right.
This time, Bethesda will have a little bit more room to start off, and they will play through that midfield. That final pass, just let them down.
Great ball by McVie to Delgado. Delgado with a poor pass, but Delgado's really been working hard. He's had a good half.
It's an appeal.
Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul on McVie. No question about it. Might come up here on the rebound. Or excuse me, replay. We'll see it.
Yeah, it's just a late challenge.
Yeah.
Not much to it.
Nope.
But it is certainly a dangerous spot for a set piece, kind of an upgraded corner, if you will, from this near side. Harry Dale will stand over.
And this is really a situation very dangerous. Bethesda's got to be marked up.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to repeat. This is sent to the backside. Is it kept alive? No. Just another goal kick to come, but you can see what Virginia Beach United were shooting for. They tried to send it to the back post, potentially wanted to send one across the face of goal.
That's exactly what they were doing. It's the old somebody kind of, there's a twist, and he goes around the outside of the stack, and then they head it back across.
McVie will go down the line, doesn't find any recipient. Now Cass looking to restart play quickly. He's got Bustamante, but Bethesda played that well. Will be another throw for United, and they've got opportunity on the opposite side. Certainly would think they'd want to switch play over. Here's Edmondson on the ball, directing traffic and sending it out to that far touch. And really what they're doing right now is just moving Bethesda around.
Yeah.
Certainly running a whole track meet as United just have that passing drill, although here comes a much better look from Bethesda. It's down the line. And the delivery to the back post. Ooh, there's a moment off the ball.
It's actually going to be against Bethesda. The Bethesda player lost his balance and just landed on top of Virginia Beach player. It's definitely a foul on Bethesda. But great work, and Delgado getting the ball out wide, getting himself in the box. And just unfortunately, the cross didn't have the quality that was needed. But it's nice to see Bethesda starting to get into the offensive flow.
Yeah, absolutely. They will have to make their chances count as they come. They have come at a premium thus far, especially when they have these set pieces. They say set pieces sometimes can be the great equalizer. You want to really calibrate exactly what your plan is and make sure you make the most of it every time you have one inside of United territory. Sent back all the way to Conte. We'll continue to elect to keep this on the ground. Senze has been an important piece in helping Bethesda get forward. But it's that final pass that just seems to let them down. Bethesda looking for the ball to skip the line. Oh, what a touch to take that to ground.
What a great touch by McVie. Came out of the sky, and just killed it. Something you'd see Messi do on a YouTube or something, right?
Nonchalant, he just kept playing, and it is the reason why Bethesda have this attack still going. Senze into the attacking area. Here's Delgado now, waiting for more reinforcements to arrive.
And Busense is now getting on the ball. That's what Bethesda's been missing, is getting somebody on there who can connect both sides of the field, and he's that guy.
Looks like we are going to have an early switch. Off comes number 8, Emil Louston. We'll advise who comes on in just a moment, but for now we have a quick Bethesda throw. Thistle bobbing, weaving, and now driving forward. He's taken down.
And that's a bit of a cynical challenge when you think about it. I mean, there was players back, so there's no danger of a red card or anything. But it was a pure drag him down. Player got beat, right? You would think that would be yellow, but
yeah, it's a smart challenge to take, especially because there was no card on the end of it.
Yeah, and that tells you as a player, right? It's like baseball rules and baseball unwritten rules, right? Soccer has the same thing. You have to know, it's like balls and strikes. You have to know what the referee is going to put up with and what he's not.
Yeah, and it looks like Virginia Beach United got it right that time.
Yep.
Edmondson down the line. Ooh, kind of a nervy moment, but it's mopped up by Perks.
Yeah. And Virginia Beach is in tight spaces. They're really good. It's all quick 1- and 2-touch stuff.
Yeah, that's been the difference, as they're able to play out and quickly evade any would-be challenges. There's a much better challenge from Bethesda.
Delgado with a great tackle.
There's Shea. That's likewise another huge tackle, this time from United. And now sent over the top in the direction of Wayland. Not too much trouble for Conte. He's read that the whole way. But Wayland has been a vertical threat all day. Certainly one to watch out for. You can see they want to get him in behind.
And that is a weakness for Bethesda, is that long ball.
Well, blocked initially. This one falls to the top of the 6, not fully cleared. Busense will take it and try to restart this attack. And has, at the very least, won a throw on the near touch for Bethesda.
Yeah, and Busense's really, Noah's gotten into the game. I mean, you notice that, right? The amount of touches now, the tackles he's winning, the ball now is matriculating to the other side of the field. That's where Bethesda wants to be playing this game.
That's a big tackle there. Certainly, Pozo had to have gotten a little of the ball for play to still be continued, and Bethesda now will look to find a way into the 18. Here's the delivery. Second ball taken on by Shea. He's got support behind him. What a turn from Shea. Connor Shea drawing the tackle from Edmondson.
Connor Shea just spun around, nutmegged the defender, and walked past him like, here's your paper. I found it on the driveway. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's the moment that really Bethesda have been needing today. It's a moment of brilliance.
It was brilliant. Brilliant play by Connor Shea.
And we spoke earlier about set pieces as the great equalizer. Got to make this one count. Got to make a quality delivery.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the big man Nelson in there.
Here is that delivery. United get the first one. Second one, step forward, not a bad effort. Kind of didn't catch it cleanly, and in the end, just a goal kick to come. Here's a look back on the replay.
That was a good volley effort by Connor Shea. He may have been watching Robinson for the United States national team this afternoon, who scored an absolute banger from 30 yards.
Wayland driving inside. He goes down, but that's solid defending from Bethesda.
Wonderful defending, and knowing that he's got a referee that is going to let things go a little bit, and that gives you a lot of license as a defender.
This is over the top in the direction of Delgado. And now Delgado does have some support alongside him. He goes down. That's a forceful challenge, but a fair challenge. Bethesda have won it right back. And they're certainly moving much faster right now.
And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing Bethesda winning the ball in this side of the field. That's going to create opportunities, more goal-scoring chances. It's attrition, right? The more times we can get in there, the more times we're going to have a chance to score a goal.
This is patient, measured approach for Bethesda. They obviously would love to find a goal here late in the first half, but they don't need to rush it. What now may have a second effort. Delgado jumping that pass and unable to find a second effort.
And Virginia Beach is struggling right now, and they're they're searching for the answers, and Bethesda's asking the questions.
Throw on the far side, and this is in the direction of Busenze. No, excuse me, that was well cleared by United. And Bethesda will just have to reset things to start off again. You mentioned before this match, they really want to try to keep things on the ground.
Yes.
Avoid playing over the top. I think they had a few moments where they did try to go over the top, but they're starting to find their footing and keep things on the ground. It's a beautiful connection on that far side. Pozo to the end line. Can he get it across? Well, they're starting to build. Didn't have everything together, but it's much better. Busenze down the line. Pozo again.
Oh.
It's a punch ball out. United have to take care to get this out. Bethesda still have bodies committed forward. Oh, that's really well done by Lachlan McVie to keep his balance and then put that stabbing challenge in at the right moment.
Yeah, and McVie got blown off the ball, and then he stayed with it, won the ball, and then a great pass, and off Bethesda goes. That's what being a good defender is all about. You might not win it the first time, but you got to be tenacious, right? You got to be like a dog in there, right? And don't take my tennis ball kind of thing. How's that for
I like that
analysis?
A lot. Any of us who have had dogs before are totally going to understand what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah. No, it's a simple game, and we complicate it. That's the issue.
This one is well connected, but Bethesda have the answer. Ooh, it's kept alive, and finally it is going to be a foul.
Yeah.
That's a tennis ball right there. Bethesda did well to keep the body in front of the ball. And
absolutely.
Foul.
No, it's
Just under 10 minutes left to play. Bethesda would love to equalize, but can't concede. And
can't concede. Definitely would love to equalize. And with all the effort and all the good play that's happening right now, it would be a shame to go in without getting that tying goal before halftime.
Nice little touch from Perks. He's looking for space. Didn't like what he saw in front and had the patience to bring it back.
Yep.
What do you think is more important for Bethesda, to score before the half or to avoid conceding before the half?
I would say avoid conceding before the half. If they score, that's a bonus for the good play, and it would be a shame if they didn't. But but yeah, to concede now, not good.
I wholeheartedly agree. It's one of those things where you can't win the game right now. You wouldn't lose it with another goal, but it certainly does deflate you.
Correct. Yeah,
quite a bit.
The psychology comes into it big time at that point.
And at the half, the Coach Pierre Dyer and his staff will get to address the players and recalibrate for the second half. So you don't need the goal while it would be nice.
That's right. Perfect. Well said.
Big ball over the top, no recipients, and Glenn will get some time on the ball to take some more time off this clock. Bethesda sitting back right now. Again, they understand that they do want to make sure that they limit United's chances, but do you think this is too reserved, or do you think this is the right approach?
No, I think it's the right approach. I think they're making it very difficult for Virginia Beach to get through.
Oh, what a move on the near half. And Cass kept it. He almost found a path to goal, but he kind of tripped over the ball at the end. Bethesda very fortunate. They were able to get bodies back inside. Dale will send it out once again.
So Bethesda sitting in a mid-block, and that's important because they don't want to be sitting back in those low blocks. That's where the ball ends up, banging around the middle of the 6-yard box and hits somebody in the shins and goes in. So you want to stay a little high in your defensive shape.
There comes Wayland across the top of the 18. No intended target there. And Bethesda has an opportunity to come down the line. Shea challenged by his number 16 counterpart, Aiden Cass. And it will be a Bethesda throw here on this near side. '40th minute, and time certainly drawing nigh for this first half. But I think I have seen marked improvement from Bethesda compared to where they were maybe 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
To now, they've certainly.
No, absolutely. Yeah, they're making a game of it.
Absolutely. Here comes Thistle. 50 feet from Thistle. He's taking this on himself. Can he find a window? Yes, he can. Golazo! Matty Thistle has done it again. Right here at the tail end of this half. What a move. He took this one on completely by himself.
And this is a goal out of nothing. Matty Thistle took a look and said, let me have a dribble and let me go. And they kept going back. They kept going. Nobody came to him. So Matty Thistle said, I'm going. And he just dribbled as hard as he could and until he got a shot. And nobody stepped up. Everyone kept going back. And he recognized, that's the thing about being a center midfielder like that. He recognized where the flow of traffic was going. He went the opposite way, but he sprinted 25 yards with the ball while people are going all around him, going left, right, staying out of his way. And he says, let me just take it on. If he had hesitated, Noah, there's no way he scores a goal there.
Absolutely. I think the thing that resonated most with me is he saw that no one was stepping to him. Sure, it was a bit of a defensive mistake. I don't think that United are going to be thrilled to watch this tape back, but it required a recognition from Matty Thistle to find that pocket and take the decision. A really confident player.
Absolute confidence and a huge lift. 5 minutes left in the half. Or 4 minutes left. What a great time.
On the far side, Wayland looking to find a response for United. But Bethesda have the answer on the end, ping-ponging back and forth. It's back out to Perks, who will take one on himself. It's punched. That ball had some venom to it. Conte didn't like the look.
And he punched it, and that's fine. Maybe a better punch we would have liked, but if that ball spills off him, the center forward standing right there, he's going to put it in the net. So Conte did the right thing. Not the best punch, but at the end of the day, you got to look at the big picture, right, the macro, and that's the thing that he punched it, and he didn't mess around with it didn't spill it for a goal.
Yeah, I don't know if he looked up and took stock. He did punch it. It wasn't a strong punch, but it seemed like he punched it in the right area. So
yeah, he punched it away from the danger. Excellent goalkeeping.
Yeah, absolutely. Here is a delivery to the back post. Whalen gets ahead to it, but unable to find a second recipient. Goal kick to follow. Let's look back on this delivery. Wayland, he's been the player making that run on the backside all day long.
And that's what they want to do. They want to get it to Whalen, and they want him to head it back across. But that was good defending by Bethesda. They got a little body on him, and it totally put him off balance, so he never got the opportunity to get the ball back the way he wanted it, which is where it was coming from.
This one's all the way back to Glendner. Now Edmondson. Now, how does that equation change for Bethesda? Do you want to ride the wave and continue to try to get forward, or you've got your goal now, make it into half with the score as is?
No, you want to keep it going. You want to keep the momentum going. I mean, you've really, psychologically put a fork in United for now, but, can you really put the fork in by scoring another goal before the end of the half? And psychologically, that really – because then you can come out in the second half and just go with everything you have and maybe get a third goal and just kill this game off. I mean, it's so much psychology, Noah. Everyone at the end of the day, like maybe at this kind of level and professional level, at a higher level, everyone can do the same things. Honestly, there's a couple difference makers, but the psychology of the game is the most important aspect.
Absolutely. That's why I'm maximizing these rhetorical questions over to you to see how the approach might be. This is highly contested in the midfield. Perks will get it out. And now that's a quality counterattack. Cass to Bustamante.
Bustamante's a real pest, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, you get him one-on-one, he's going to beat you 90% of the time.
It's a big challenge in there. Play will continue.
The thing about Bustamante also is he will take you on. He doesn't care. He's like it reminds me of a lot of these wingers in the MLS, young Argentine, Uruguayan wingers, Paraguayans. They just run at you, and you better be ready.
Well, this one will take a fortunate bounce for United, but the flag's up, and it will be an offside decision, giving Bethesda an opportunity to clear their lines and get upfield. Good back line from this Bethesda side. They've been reliable from open play. Just the one moment off the set piece where ball wasn't fully cleared, but otherwise have been really solid.
No, that's a good point. Max Nelson holding it down.
We're into stoppage time. We haven't gotten an indication.
Max playing for the great Brian Weiss at Georgetown in that great program that has a big history with Bethesda.
Absolutely. A few of those local guys here. What a program. There's a wealth of schools in this area. Bethesda have plenty to pick from. Mason, George Washington, Georgetown, of course, the list goes on.
Yes,
Maryland.
Yeah.
Maryland.
Yeah.
How could I forget Maryland?
Yeah, that's right.
Coach Sasha, and that's a storied program. What a ball down the line. Shea still battling, and he'll keep it alive. Now Lachlan McVie on the scene. We're into stoppage time now, so for Bethesda, keep it alive, but on your terms, you may have one more chance to really go at United. There's a moment off the ball. But
yeah, well, what it tells me is our referee tonight is letting everything go. And he's calling this game like a World Cup referee. He is going to let things go and let the teams play. And so as a player, I'm ready for that, right?
Absolutely. That's a great point. You can't change what it is. You got to take stock of the environment. The referee is like playing on a good or bad field. It's not going to change.
But it's also like baseball, right? If I play for the Nationals and I went to play a team, Cleveland, whatever, the night before, and the umpire 6 inches off the plate, he's calling strikes. But the next day, I throw the first couple of pitches right down the middle, and he's not calling the strike. I'm thinking, wait a second. Okay, I've got to figure this out, okay? It's not – there's no rule here, right?
Yeah.
I have to figure out the rule.
Especially when there's consistency, right? I guess the worst thing would be if the official is not being consistent. But we have seen consistency all day.
All day. Fantastic refereeing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us here on Sports Engine Play in our coverage of Bethesda SC. We've got 45 minutes left to produce a potential winner. We will certainly love to see you back in a few minutes. Make sure to share this link with all your friends, and we will see you here at Maryland Soccerplex with the second half. back in 4 minutes. Two-minute warning. We'll be back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Well, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half here from Maryland Soccerplex. This is USL League 2 action. Your Bethesda locked in a 1-1 affair with Virginia Beach United. We got 45 minutes left to produce a winner. I'm joined by the one and the only Mr. Bruce Murray. Bruce, what were your takeaways from the first half, and what did Bethesda need to do to be successful?
It was two different halves in one half. I mean, Bethesda was poor. They had a hard time containing Virginia Beach. It was very easy for them to come out united, but Bethesda got a hold of the ball and started getting it from side to side and opening the field up, and a deserved goal to equalize. And so I think we're in for a real barn burner in the second half. I don't think this game's going to end 1-1, Noah. That would be my take.
We certainly got some offensive output potential on both sides of the ball. What a goal from Matty Thistle to bring things back level. We certainly were looking for a moment of brilliance, and Mr. Thistle found it once again. Here's a big ball in for Bethesda. It's squared to the top of the penalty mark. Second bite at the apple, and Thistle had to go, but it was blocked.
And there was appeals for a penalty, but our referee is sticking to his guns, just like the first half. He's letting a lot of stuff go here. Very professional in terms of his approach.
Across the midfield, go United. Second ball falls kindly for Muchetti.
And it would be nice to see Bethesda get the ball in Besenze's hands early, right? He needs to be on the ball. That didn't happen in the first half, and it did halfway through the first half. Besenze got the ball. He was moving it. He was running, kind of conducting the chorus, the choir in there, whatever you want to call it, the orchestra, and did a heck of a job. And he's got to get on the ball again in the second half.
Big win in the midfield from Brian Ramos Sanchez. And this will go down the line. Sanchez still driving. And United will sink bodies back. This is Besenze. He's been highly involved today. It's going to be a foul. And the guilty party is deemed to be number 17. 11. That's
and
Juan Pozo.
On that play a minute ago, Ramos needed to get down the line. He needs to fire that ball in. You really are going to have mixed or poor results as a winger if you're just looking to try and put a ball, right on somebody's head or foot. Your objective is to get it and fire it in, and the people in the box need to find the way to make the runs to get to the ball. So it's not you. Your job is to get a dangerous ball in. It's their job to get on the end of it.
Well said. This is a dangerous moment. Wayland goes down. He almost found himself in. Bethesda very fortunate that Wayland lost his footing, and it's a difficult moment. It looks like Wayland is still down.
I think the ball was cleared off him. I don't know what the
yeah, certainly a moment that he would have loved to continue, but just unable. He really did take a hard knock. We'll see if we have a second look.
Yeah, I almost feel like the ball ricocheted off him.
There's a field level angle.
Oh,
yeah, it took one in the area that really hurts for
yes.
for the male gender. We'll say that much. It's good to see him back on his feet.
Yeah,
drop ball for Bethesda, and we'll go back to Conte and switch the point of attack. Big ball down the line for Delgado, but he ran out of real estate, and United will have their turn on the ball. That's excellent job of breaking lines. Bustamante will switch the point of attack to the wide area. And hands go up. Bethesda Certainly.
And that is certainly that is these guys may be called semi-pro, but that was a very professional move. What they did was, I think the Bethesda players got kind of beaten out in the play, and then they said, "Nah, it's our ball," and they both put the hands up, and the referee didn't know what to do, so he gave it to Bethesda. That was good work.
We talked about, the deception as part of the battle, and Bethesda, they coordinated it well.
They sure did.
On the far side, Jason Perks has a bit of room to work with. He's got McVie in coverage, but what a move from Perks. Oh, sent across, but no recipient on the backside.
Now, you could look at that play and say McVie got smoked, and he did in a way, but he did the right thing because the fullback needs to go out there and sell out 100%. What he needed was he needed some help from the center backs to get out there and be the second defender. And that's something that, the average fan doesn't see, and they're thinking, the fullback got beat. Well, the fullback did get beat, but it's his job to get beat, but at least cause some kind of interruption, and now it's up to the center back to get out there and clean up the play. Sweeper, if you will.
Yeah, well said. You can make that challenge knowing that you've got support behind you,
Correct.
and at least your challenge puts the player off enough so that this help can arrive.
Absolutely. You have to make a challenge like that.
United showing their patience will bring it to the near side. Their side that's found success playing on the ground, which is, as we talked about before this match, the philosophy that Bethesda would like to emulate. Big ball down the line. And Perks will go to work once again. Jason Perks, top of the 18, didn't like what he saw, and we'll go back. He's battling with McVie.
Yes, good ball. Well done, McVie.
Lachlan McVie, he certainly won that battle.
Yeah, and he won the battle, Noah, because he hit before he got hit. That's the number one rule in the game in soccer is you got to hit before you get hit because you have to unbalance people before you get unbalanced.
Great defensive block.
Yeah, two players. Good work by Bethesda. And I can see from week one to where we're at now, it's not just one player going for a block or making a tackle. There's always, it seems now, two players or three players.
Right, it has to be.
That's different.
We talked a little bit about that in the Germany game today, as why they were so successful in limiting the USA chances. And now it's a set piece for United. Easy claim for Conte. And now, how will Bethesda counterattack? They've got plenty of bodies back. And they'd love to keep this on the ground. Wayland immediately making life difficult. Here's Busenze. He's been a bright spot in building from the back. And he does have Thistle there in support.
That's a really good double pivot, if you will, in the middle of the park for Bethesda. Those two players, Thistle and Busenze.
Ball over the top. And now, rinse repeat. Another chance for United to play from the back. Edmondson has been the one directing traffic back there. One thing that I've seen United do really well is play on the ground through the midfield, kind of bring everyone to one side, and then switch the play out to one of their wings.
And they do a really good job. That's a great point, and thanks for pointing it out, is the diagonal 60-yard ball is on a dime. I mean, fantastic passing.
Almost upon request, although that one didn't quite pan out. Credit to Bethesda. They have been noticing and defending much better. That's well defended on that far touchline. Quality challenge. An opportunity for a counterattack. Muchetti has found Pozo. Second attempt for Pozo. And no clear possession just yet. United finally able to get the better of that sequence.
But look at where they're at right now, Noah. It's the block. They're in a mid block. They're not in a low block. They're not pressing crazy high. They're trying to win the ball right in the middle of the field. This is the perfect defensive alignment for Bethesda right now. This is where they want to be, right here.
Down the line it goes. Steinman looking for the home run ball, but Bustamante just behind that one. Into the 56th minute we go. Bethesda found themselves at a deficit in the early portion of the first half, but through a Herculean effort from Matty Thistle, have found their way back into this one. Time will tell what the second half holds in store. But United have certainly looked capable and confident possessing on the ground. They tried to find the wing on the near side, intended target just behind it.
Yeah, it was a really good idea because all the Bethesda players were leaning in and looking in, and the winger got in off the back outside shoulder. So it was a great idea, just a little bit too heavy on the pass.
Into the midfield. Big challenge there from Murphy. Bethesda, clever touch, but right into a forceful challenge in the back. It's popped into the midfield. Edmondson thought he was clipped, but play will continue. And there's the clearance that United were looking for. Senze has a bit of green grass to run into down the line. Now Pozo just hesitated, but he has kept it alive. Now Busenze streaking forward. Busenze.
Wow.
What a challenge there on the end. Busenze almost taking matters into his own hands.
You almost thought he could have just, really smashed one there at the end, but great job, good defending, but great work by Bethesda. And now is the time. If Bethesda has some type of pick play or misdirection play to open up the play, this is the time to do it.
There's the delivery into a good area. But in the end, an opportunity squandered. United have found their clearance.
If I'm a fan, it's the greatest thing I just saw ever.
How about as a coach?
If I'm the coach, I'm stopping at the hospital on the way home to get my heart checked.
Yeah, that's a great point. It certainly brings the fans into it,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that's the gamble that a coach is going to want to see continued.
No, that is one heck of a play. Well done.
Bethesda will find Matty Thistle taken down, but this play will continue. Here's Busenze. Slaloming defenders, our center official went down, but play will continue. And now a square ball, top of the six. Shouts for handball. Now, we're going to come back to that in a minute because there's potential counterattack. Wayland has found himself in on the opposite end. Oh, heroic challenge. We're going to have to look back. I was going to say, there was a potential contact with the hand, but, and I'd love to get some referee confirmation, if it's in the process of a sliding challenge when you're bracing yourself with the hand, I think there is a caveat where that might not be. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say.
Let's take a look back. Yeah, hard angle. We can't make any.
Yeah, you can't make any conclusion. Obviously, there's no VAR. But yeah, but what a great defensive play by Bethesda. Defender is beaten.
Beautiful little in swinger. Back post. Wayland has been there all day long.
And that's going to pay dividends at some point, right? Because Wayland is winning that battle back there. They got to do something about that. That was a mismatch on the back post.
There's another look at not only the ball in, but the second contact point.
Yeah. And on the counterattack from that potential handball, Max Nelson was beat for pace, and then he got himself back into it and blocked it out for a corner kick. I mean, that is big-time defending. And clearly there's some family I mean, Ryan Nelson, for those that don't know, his father, Max's father, was a big-time player at Tottenham and for New Zealand. He was the captain of the national team.
Big ball over the top. Yeah, we talked about football pedigree, certainly alive and well here. We also have the Helfriches, of course.
Yes.
And this is a footy hotbed. Bethesda looking to capitalize on their first season here in USL2. It's been a season of learning, but lots of good things to build on.
Well, not just that, the league, what the USL is doing, pro relegation, pro rel, the smaller markets. The MLS is done. I mean, there's 30 teams. That's it. The MLS, they can't add more teams. At what point are the USL and MLS ever going to get together, and is that going to happen like the old AFL, NFL back in the 60s in the football, American football, and they had two leagues, and then those two leagues became one. Will that ever happen? I mean, there's so many things, good things that are happening, but there's also Noah, so many small markets or mid-sized markets that are starving for soccer, and this is how you fill that void.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the growth of the USL. I'll hold that thought for the moment. Good counterattack, broken up by Bethesda. They've got Pozo down the line. Yeah, I would love to see that. I think as a fan perspective, we'd love to see some integration of some kind of promotion relegation. Yes, it's difficult with the geographic size of this country, but some kind of regional form of it,
yeah,
would be great to see. But it's good to see that USL can see that there is a market to build into, and they are doing their due diligence to build into it. Be a throw here in the corner. Thistle will go back down the line. Sends and Nelson. Lovely crowd here at Maryland Soccerplex, and they have been given something to cheer about. Let's see if Bethesda can give them more. It's the crowd that has stuck through the weather. It's quite a bit of storms and rain to start, but they are still here. Here's a chance down the line. Big challenge.
It's funny because the crowd is made up of there's a lot of adults in the crowd, maybe not as many kids as we had last game. Maybe the kids are all at the movies and the parents are dropping them off and they came to the game. Whatever it is, it's a solid, healthy crowd over on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to when we can get just good weather.
Yeah.
Continually. We've had to contend with the weather a couple times. This one will be a throw.
Lots of amenities, too. There's food trucks, and there's, I think, what did they say? There's like a wine bar or like court or something.
That sounds like reason enough. If you're in the vicinity, look at that turn from Thistle. He's been on fire.
Thistle's been, a real revelation today, and we know what he can do.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw the goal against Nova. That was a thing of beauty. He has not let us down tonight with another huge goal, taking the team on himself. No connection on the backside.
And Thistle plays in Huntersville, North Carolina, out of Davidson University, one of the great programs of the 80s and 90s. Charlie Schlegel, the great late Charlie Schlegel.
Yeah.
They call that school the Harvard of the South. Just like Vanderbilt, it's a very, very academic school.
If Thistle's any representation of the school, he's a great ambassador because he has been a player that every game has stood out.
It's famous for one other thing, a guy named Steph Curry.
I do remember Steph Curry in his days playing there, and then, of course, everyone remembers thereafter.
So you think the greatest guy in the NBA history, shooting-wise, came out of where? Davidson? You would have thought Duke. You would have thought North Carolina. You would have thought UCLA, the biggest schools in the – right?
Yeah.
Davidson.
And there was all this question of can he do it at the NBA level? Well, shooting's shooting. If the ball goes in the basket,
I say that about finishing, right? Give me an MLS player who's on fire up front and can score goals, and let's put him up top on the national team.
Yeah. Could we be seeing Thistle as another revelation, another big-time representative from Davidson? He's certainly doing it well at the USL2 level and at the collegiate level. Bethesda could use his intervention once again tonight. We sit level on one apiece.
So this is a game that's slowed down a little bit, and people trying to get a grip of the game. But if you're a player that wants to excel or exceed, this is where you have to rev it up. You got to ramp up your energy. You got to do everything because less is happening on the field. It creates more opportunity for you.
This one's partially cleared. Bethesda will break out and create some space for themselves. Lindner puts it right back into the mixer for Virginia Beach United. Now down the line. McVie is there to slow things down.
Yeah, McVie's done a really, really good job working on that.
He certainly has. Here's the penetrating pass. Easy enough save for Conte. But United have had a couple of good looks down that far side.
Yeah, and the thing about Conte is I don't think he's made any spectacular saves tonight, but you know what? He seems to be in the right spot all the time.
Position, position, position. I've heard you talk about it a few times, and that's a great point, especially on those balls where the cutbacks, the switchbacks, as goalkeepers train for. That is a huge moment where you got to know when you take that drop step or when you stay at your posts, and Conte's gotten it right every time.
Great point.
United looking through the midfield. Whalen didn't quite find the look he was intending, but no harm, no foul. Busenze's ball a little too direct and easily cut out by Lindner.
I'll tell you one other thing that is a little strange here tonight is both teams are in dark jerseys. Have you noticed that?
I have noticed that, yeah.
And there has been some passing where it was a very obvious missed pass. And I'm just wondering, as a player, you really need to see the differentiation. And, you look up and you see, like, a dark jersey versus a white jersey. I mean, there's a big difference there.
That's a great point. I think we talk about tactics. We talk about but there's the human factor, too.
There is. Absolutely. Absolutely. The human factor, for example, the goalkeeper for Virginia Beach is wearing a fluorescent orange goalkeeper outfit. Well, they say that you shoot subconsciously, you're attracted to the brighter color. I know that sounds crazy, but this is all part of the game.
That's very interesting. It makes sense why there's so many fluorescent styled goalkeeper jerseys on the market.
Yeah, you don't see, guys dressed in black or whatever. You see like pink and fuchsia and all those crazy colors.
There's a quick counterattack down that far side. Perks, what a challenge from Max Nelson. He got it right, but
yeah, he sure did.
He may have more work to do with Virginia Beach still on the ball. It's a patient, measured approach from United, but Bethesda able to find the response. Still haven't been able to break out just yet. That's going to be a foul in the central area. Connor Marchetti, the guilty party.
Yeah. It's Marchetti pleading his case, but it was pretty clear that he had his arm on the Virginia Beach player.
And we will see our first switches. It looks like the players off for Bethesda, Juan Pozo and Matty Thistle. We'll take a moment and try to get you the names of the players who have stepped on. Looks like it's 12. That's Jamison Michael out of the University of Maryland, sophomore at that esteemed program. We'll get you the second name in a moment. For now, it's a quickly taken set piece. United looking to keep it on the ground. Deflects over the end line. Corner to come.
Yeah, Buscente took just a ball to the side of the head, and it just a wicked ricochet. I don't think he's 100% on his feet right now.
Second substitute, by the way, was Keto Etabashi.
Etabashi, very good player, good wing back, very quick.
This was sent back post. Wayland goes down. He's not going to ever see that one given, I think.
No, not in this game, right?
No, not with the bar, the threshold that's been set by our center official. And I think in a lot of games you wouldn't see that called. He was kind of leaning into the defender who had his back.
But he's got a good, there's a good situation they have going on getting him to that back post. If the delivery's a little bit better, he'll be able to head that back in. It's danger every time. So he's doing something right.
Oh, that's kind of an uncomfortable moment, but there wasn't enough pressure for my taste. Edmondson able to take 3 touches to take it down and then send it back.
I think Delgado, he is all he's doing. It seems to be a one-man press up there, and it does keep Virginia Beach on their feet.
Into the corner.
But I think Delgado's running out of gas a little bit, and just the shift that he has put in. Yeah, my guess is right. He's coming off right now.
Yeah, well read. It is going to be another switch for Bethesda.
Yeah,
Sam Delgado.
Yeah. And those are these are the kind of moments. Guys like Delgado and what he did tonight. None of that shows up on the stat sheet, right?
Right. But the coach certainly will take notice. That's why he's been getting regular minutes. And we will restart play with a United throw on that far touch. Wayland did get a touch in there, but didn't find any recipient. Malachi Grant did enough to draw the foul. And it's a set piece quickly taken by United. Well, nervy moment for Virginia Beach United, but on the end, no problems for Glenner. Santiago Canencio Moreno is the third substitute who has come on for Bethesda. Almost got a good look right off the rip with his first touches. Bethesda restarting from square one. Conte will keep this on the ground. Shabashi into the midfield. United undaunted. Edmondson will restart with play from his feet. It's been kind of a slower half for the most part, but here is a dangerous spot. Shabashi jumped that so well. And those fresh legs from Bethesda have certainly been making an impact. Excuse me, that was Jamison Michelle, who made that uncomfortable moment. Again, it's pressure that forces a big clearance out of United down the middle. And now with the play spread out, Bethesda can quickly find their way across the midline.
And Bethesda's using Ibashi now in the middle of the field, where the first game we saw him play this year was at left back. So a very versatile player, very quick.
We start play with a throw on that far touchline. This is Dale with a big diagonal ball. He's got Malachi Grant. But it's well marshaled over that end line by Ramos Sanchez.
Yeah, Ramos Sanchez he's had a really good performance tonight. Got some great decision making, and defensively does a really good job of playing inside out. And by that I mean he doesn't come all the way out and play his defense. He stays inside to help, but then if the ball's switched, he has plenty of time to get, while the ball's in the air, to get back and mark his man. So just a really good defender. And he's got some physicality to him as well, Noah.
Well said. This is a big ball up from Conte, flicked into the direction of Michelle. Bethesda will give away the set piece in the process. Certainly, both coaching staffs have seen a bit of a stagnation. I think these fresh legs have livened things up here. You see the likes of Michelle, Cancio Moreno, and others really chasing down the ball on every turn.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, it's a great point you're making. Is Bethesda with the fresh legs? Instead of having the Delgado press, which was a one-man band, now you've got 5 guys pressing the ball up top. That's very impressive.
Wayland is potentially in. Oh, it's off the bar. Oh, what a save from Conte. And then the second effort finds the back of the net. The goal scored by number 15. What a effort. Conte, Herculean save to keep this out of the back of the net, but powerless on the second.
Yeah, great first initial save. Just slapped at the next one, and unfortunately right back to the Virginia Beach player. But great ball over the top, and it's a good shot off the post. Super save, and then unfortunately, just right back into the path of the forward. That first save right here is just brilliant. Didn't quite get it wide enough, but very unfortunate because, this game, Bethesda had some control here, and now they're going to have to play a little bit quicker. And everything's got to be a little bit more route one. It's got to be a little more direct.
Yeah, absolutely. That save made by Conte, I think he would have loved to try to catch it, but because he was getting back, heading back towards goal, he had no choice, had to try to push it.
Just unfortunately into the path of good work by Virginia Beach, it has to be said, to have another forward up there, and great forwards do that. They read where the ball's going to be slapped to, and based on everything he saw in the body language of Conte, he went right to that spot, and that's exactly where it came. So,
credit where credit is due. But now Bethesda in a hole once again. They found themselves in this position before, and they dig their way out. This is a counterattack on from Malachi Grant. Grant will take it on himself. huge defensive intervention.
Yeah, big block by Bethesda. And now it's turned a little bit into a track meet because it's end-to-end. And I know Virginia Beach doesn't want to be doing that, but Bethesda's going to welcome that.
Edmondson, first to send it out wide. Bethesda do have bodies in the mix. We're into the final 10 minutes, and certainly Bethesda will start to take their chances, take more chances, and gamble forward. Another couple switches made. That is Harry Dale, who's off. And now, quick counterattack. A lot of open space there with Bethesda pressed upfield. Malachi Grant will take this down and try to keep it alive. Great defending to take that away from Moreno's feet. And now with Virginia Beach can take their time, reset their formation, and force Bethesda to chase. Edmondson over the top. Island is there.
Yeah, good effort by Edmondson. It's a super ball, just a little touch heavy. And has to be said, Noah, that Wayland's had quite a game up top, 14 for Virginia Beach. Put a lot of pressure on our defenders.
Absolutely. Isaac Busenze, seems like his motor just doesn't stop. He's still on and making things happen. Beautiful little turn inside. Is there going to be a foul? No. It's deemed a clean challenge. You see Virginia Beach United, they tease forward but then come back. They're certainly content with this lead. And
yeah, that's a great observation. That's exactly what they want to do. If something's dead set obvious, they'll take off, but otherwise no.
Nope, exactly. But you force Bethesda to drop back deep because they don't know that they're going to come back, and then you get everybody tucked deep, and then, of course, you can bring it back and find easy possession in your own area. This is kind of a hopeful ball up top. Senze will take it to ground. Tenacious defending, it has to be said, from this United side. It's not an accident that they've been able to preserve their lead.
No, this is exactly what you want out of your team right now. You're looking at the clock. You don't think about extra time, but you're looking and saying, wow, 6-7 minutes left. You know, we can kill off 6 minutes. In fact, you train for that, Noah. You have situational training where the coach will drop the ball, and say, we're, for running at the end of practice, if you guys can kill off 6 minutes, and they'll bring the goals in and make it really tough, and it's a really it's something that teams actually train for.
Stefan Davenport, the fifth, has come on this near side. He'll take the throw. Getting involved right away is Davenport. Now Michelle looking to go back in order to get forward. This game is not long for this world. Just 6 minutes and stoppage to play. It's only the one goal between these two, but goals have come at a premium, so have chances. And that deficit does seem pretty difficult at the moment. But Bethesda have Davenport making these runs down this near side. But they were a little late in making a decision, and now United will find a counterattack. Malachi Grant working down the line, and he'll shield it out. He didn't get to beat the defender, but he won the throw, and at this point, it's almost as valuable.
No, absolutely. Time is the value, right? That you can't. If you're Bethesda, you can't do anything about the time. That's the key. What do they say in life? Time is the most important currency, right?
It sure is. It sure is in footy as well.
That's right.
Perhaps
That's right.
even
and
more
then
so.
What we have, and Dave and I can never figure this out because we call DC United games the magic watch. Nobody really knows how much time's left because the referee determines when he blows the whistle. And, it's not like American sports where it's up on the scoreboard.
Right.
The referee has this, special watch. We don't know what it is. It's the magic watch.
And I always say, even when there is a certain amount of added time given, that's minimum time. Otherwise, you could just boot the ball.
That's right.
Into the next zip code. Here's a counterattack on from United. Murphy trying to find Wayland, but second effort. Oh, that's a deflection. That's a hard pill to swallow for Bethesda and Conte.
Sure is.
But it's well-deserved for Virginia Beach United. And they will celebrate a job well done in the corner. Let's take a look back on this replay and see who got the final touch. It's 3-1.
Yeah, definite deflection. Let's see again. Got a better look.
That's number 15. With the goal, it's Samuel Phillips.
I think that was McVinney that got the block in.
Oh, yeah, McVie got the block, but the goal for Virginia Beach United.
Yeah, McVie got the block, and it completely left Conte wrong-footed. There's nothing he could have done there.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been left in a difficult position a few times. The first goal was just a messy clearance and then a beautiful finish into the side netting. The second one, he's made a great save and then a follow-up shot that he couldn't really do anything about, and then a really wicked deflection. So, again, we talked about the first game with Keeler in a similar situation.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
There's none of these that you would put squarely at the feet of the goalkeeper. It's just a team effort. And back to the drawing board for Bethesda. The game's not over yet, and they will continue to work, try to make things interesting. You get one, you never know what happens next, but certainly the way Virginia Beach have been defending, you would think it would be quite a Herculean task to score two in as many minutes. And there is a player down on the far touch for United. And certainly this will contribute to that magic watch time, that stoppage time that will be added on in just a moment.
Well, and not to make a big deal out of it, but, you just wonder why you can't, if you're a referee, why you can't do what they do in American sports, which is stop the clock. So if there's an injury, it goes and it goes and it goes, but nobody really knows how much time the injury is taking, right? So, but if you had clock management where, like the NBA, right, or the NFL, it's the same.
Then they're going to start adding commercials in on those moments. Would be good for the monetary side of the business.
Right.
Maybe less good for the viewer, but I hear you.
Yeah, so I don't know. Pet peeve really is because you just don't know, right?
Yeah.
And
I think that the referees at this level and above probably do a great job of tracking it. But when you get lower into the grassroots footy, it's what does that referee have to do later in that evening? Is he got a hot date or
right? You're right.
Or was there really an injury or no?
Exactly.
That's a good point.
But
it's a goal kick for Conte.
But this will be a good learning lesson. Assuming Bethesda doesn't make up the ground here, it's just learning that you had a game right there in your grasp and you kind of let it get away, and that's something that they're going to learn from. And there's specific moments in the second half where they were getting kind of pushed off the ball and everything, and I guarantee you, Coach Pierre is going to be pulling that film out and allowing them to get a look at it, because you really can't get better until you go through stuff, right? And that means losing or a hard game or something. And so, that's the key is do you learn from it?
It does look like involvement over the far touchline. So it is going to be a Virginia Beach United throw. Listen to that energy from the away side bench. They've had a long travel. They're away from home. They don't have their own fans, but they're generating that buzz from the bench.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, again, that's something that Bethesda has to sit there and watch and listen to. And, it hurts. I used to big games, national team games, and we lost, like to Mexico or something. I used to go out there in the Coliseum in L.A. and just look up and just say, this is a horrible feeling, and I don't want to feel this way ever again. So I know that sounds kind of hokey, but that's how I did it, and it really, really, it helped me.
Yeah, there's the tactics, and I'm sure the side will spend plenty of time with the tactics, but that, again, the human side, just the sheer determination to want to do better. Every other player that's out here has the talent to be here, but can you dig deeper next time?
That's right. That's a great point.
Can you prepare in such a way that puts your team in a better spot than theirs? Point blank, simple. I mean, it's more complicated, but in some level, it's that simple.
Right. No. There's obviously.
And I do think that Bethesda found a great response after that kind of drubbing against Lions Bridge.
Yeah, agreed.
Can they do it again now?
Yeah.
Go back to the drawing board. It doesn't seem like they've had many close games. They've either been far and away the better side or.
Yeah. And you also have to remember the rest of the league got going early, and Bethesda was like 3 games behind, all right? So they don't have, in terms of, the kind of the mojo and just the way playing and knowing, like there's a lot of communication that's nonverbal in soccer, and these guys need to have more time together to make that happen. So
yeah, absolutely. They didn't get any. Ooh, that's a rough moment. There's a player down here on the near side. Yeah. What do I amend what I did say a second ago, that there haven't been a lot of close games. This one is a much closer game than 3-1. In the end, United pulled away, but this could have gone either way. And I think that,
Well, and then how do you be on the right side of history, right? You want the 3 points. How do we do that? That's how you go back, you watch the film, you make the players look at it, and they'll figure this out. But like you said, and it's a great point, Noah, this was not a 3-1 game. This was a much closer game than that.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a late challenge. Wayland will continue forward. Ooh, no advantage. We're not going to come back. Busenze stripped. And we'll have to retreat now. Phillips goes down, and Busenze is deemed to be the guilty party. For your Virginia Beach United, you love this kind of set piece. Take your time getting bodies up.
Yeah, and Busenze's not doing any favors by standing on top of the ball. I mean,
right, not the time and place for that.
No. So, just things that point all this stuff out in the film. Or you go back and say, hey, guys, it wasn't a 3-1 game. We were in the game. And you know what? Unlucky. Let's go out and let's really push. Because sometimes you have to know. You have to have control of your team. Now, this is up to Pierre. He's going to have to decide which way he wants to play this. Does he want to micromanage it and make sure that they saw all their mistakes? Or does he just goes to each player and says, hey, guys, give my slap on the back and say, let's get on to the next game. We played well. It just didn't work out for us. I mean, that's what you have to know your group. And if he and I think he's that kind of coach, to be honest with you. I think he has the ability to do both.
It depends on the leaders you've got within the team as well.
True.
If you have the footy IQ, one, for the players, and then two, the leaders who are going to step up. And when the coach leaves the room, that's
right.
When the leaders step up and say what needs to be said.
Correct.
Virginia Beach United taking every opportunity to take as many seconds off the clock as possible, as was expected with the gamesmanship at this point in the match.
You should, when you're playing a World Cup qualifier like I used to in Costa Rica or Mexico, it would take 10 minutes to take a throw when they're up a goal.
Yeah, see you guys switching the ball out.
Oh, there's all kinds of tricks.
Shenanigans, yeah, absolutely. This is amateur compared to that, but United are finding their way to slow things down.
There would be one guy pick up the ball for a throw, the other guy drop it. Oh, here we go.
There's your final whistle. Ecstasy for the away side. For Bethesda SC, it's back to the drawing board, but plenty to look back on and get excited about, but there are some improvement points. If you're Coach Pierre, what are the technical side things that could be improved upon?
Yeah, I think just the speed of the counters when you have the opportunity, and you see what happens when a player takes the initiative and just says, okay, let me do this quickly and sprint at people with the ball. I think the Bethesda needs to, when they are on the counter, they have to go a little bit more direct. It's got to be quicker. The thought process has to be quicker. And then I think defensively, they have to do a better job of selling out the fullback to go, and then once the fullback's beat, either the fullback wins the ball, or if he's beat, boom, the center back's out there to make the tackle. That has to happen. You have to have that free safety type thing like you would have in American football.
Right.
The cornerback's in there, and he gets beat all the time. They get fried in the NFL, they say. But guess what? The safety comes over, and he makes the play, and that's exactly what we're talking about right here.
He's anticipating, he's reading, he's seeing the matchup.
U.S. soccer, I can tell you from the coaching schools, hate a guy like me who comes in and starts talking about U.S. football, but it's the exact same thing, man. So I love
the comparisons. I love the golden retriever with the tennis ball metaphor. Hey, getting creative, but it also is metaphors that I can relate and it can understand. So
it's an easy game.
You're right.
We just screw it up and make it hard.
Well, thanks for joining us here on Sports Engine Play. It's been a true pleasure. We will be back with you live again soon. I'm Noah Walker with Bruce Murray. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.